The age of 4, I was sexually abused by a family member for 6 years. Then my mother calls me. I remember one time, she says to me, "Ngicela ubuye ekhaya ngoba le nto yakhe iyangilimaza." There can't be mental health without spirituality, because then it becomes bondage. People would rather have, and I shared a video recently where people would rather have aesthetic friends or aesthetic networks and stuff. It's important to have people who see you, because Christ is like that. God is like that. And remember that God does not work in division. He works in multiplication.
Nazo.
So when you have a dream, we often think that, okay, I need to achieve this because this is where I'm going, this one. No.
It's not about you.
Because I'm learning that also just hiding what God has given me is also a sin. I think my first thing is, does he submit to God? Where are his headquarters? Are we not building a heritage for our children? Because who's to say that the tables will not turn?
Stay strong. Don't you ever give up.
From nothing to something, baby. Let's get it. Hello, everyone. Ninjani Makaya. I hope everyone is good, man. Not is writing up, ne? First things first, guys. Let me introduce myself. Igama Anele Sokapasi, aka Udais, aka Udamabega, inja game, inja yempilo. Ukavadia, Katela wen. Upunyu kabampet. Guys, you're supposed to know this by now, right? Yeah. Guys, today I'm not rolling solo as usual. We're having a guest episode today, ne? And you know what? I think we should start the show like this, right? Because we've grown a little bit recently, right? We've gained a lot of subscribers on YouTube, a lot of following on our socials. So, you know, we have new followers, basically. So I think it's fair to bring them up to speed, you know, to tell them what the show is about, right? So, guys, you know, our show, man, it's all about advancing the kingdom of God, right? Meaning impacting the world, right? So the reason we are here to help you to discover your purpose, to discover your gift, right? And then uzanbuza ukuthi da is why? Because so that God can be glorified through your story, through your journey that you're going to embark on, right? And that's the thing that God is ready to fund. If you can just align yourself with that purpose, that you're going to see. It's not going to be easy, but you're going to see things are going to start to move, right? So we are here to help you guys. And in Buze Futhi, how is it going to be beneficial to you now, the doer, right? Guys, this is where you're going to find your prosperity, your abundance. This is where you're going to find your fulfillment. Yazi uke wabona sis Pabalo, ne? Did I say it right? Pabalo. Pabalo. Yeah. You know, uke wabona sometimes you have people who live in mansions, who've got big cars, wearing nice clothes, but they're still not fulfilled.
They don't have peace.
So just because you have these materialistic things, it doesn't mean bangabana you went about it the right way. You understand? So a purpose, it gives you everything I've mentioned, ne peace. It gives you a healing if you've been through trauma. It's all in one. You understand? So this is the reason, guys, I'm here, right? To teach you, to guide you with the little knowledge that I have. But knowing that this is a big task, there's no way that I'm going to shoulder this responsibility by myself. And this is why now I decided to bring my friends on the show. They're not really my friends, but they are my friends because they're here now, right? Yes. So I was going to need help, guys. Remember, it doesn't mean just because I started this show, it doesn't mean that I know everything. I've got all the answers. I'm here to share the little bit that I know.
True.
Hence, I said, okay, let me also bring other people on board, you know, who have been blessed by God, who also know God, and who are serving God in different fields.
Yes.
Right? So that we can inspire different people in different ways, right? Without wasting time, guys. So like I said, this is why Usis Pabalo Masinga is here.
Yeah,
right? So I said it's a guest show, right? First of all, let me welcome you, my sister, to my show. And thank you so much for seeing the value in what we are doing. Thank you for being here, right?
I'm humbled.
Yes, thank you so much. So I'm not going to waste time because it's going to be all about you today. So can I just say one more thing? Let me just introduce you. Then I'm gonna hand it over to you after this. So today we have Miss Pabalo. Do I say it right?
Pabalo.
Yo.
I know.
Is it Sutu? Is it paid? Is it not?
It's Sutu.
It's Sutu, ne?
It's Sutu. It means mercy and to take care of things and nurture things.
Say again?
It means mercy and to take care of things and people and to nurture. You know when Sutu people pray, they say, Mudimu re pabalele. Have mercy on us, look after us, protect us, nurture us. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So can you say your name again? Dumxhosa kaloku.
Let's say Babi, because Pabalo
Yes,
is...
Babalo. Babalo, I've got it.
No.
Babalo.
Hey, well done.
Talan se Gauteng.
Hey, Pabalo, you've got
Yes,
it.
Babalo Masinga. Okay, sharp. So we've got Babalo Masinga today on the show, guys. And it says here on the profile, right? Miss Masinga is a somatologist. Yeah. Sister one. And then she's also a founder of Africa's first beauty hub called Skin Low Africa.
Yes.
Okay. And then she's a CEO of Euphony Brands, which is a marketing agency.
Yes.
You'll correct me, right?
Yes,
if I get
you're
it wrong.
right.
Yes. And she's also a faith and wellness storyteller.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to start. But before we go there, I would like you, Ms. Masinga, to kindly introduce yourself to our viewers and just give us a brief story about yourself, where you were born and your upbringing.
Oh, wow. You know, when I get that question, it's as if I don't know where to start or who I am. But my name is Babalo Masinga. I am, like Ubuti just said, Buta is that I am a somatologist, which is in the field of anthropology. So it's the study of bringing the body into balance.
Explain more.
What I mean is we work with dermatologists. We offer complementary therapy, so skin, massages, but it's more of from a healing perspective.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So we're bringing the body into balance. Whilst you're seeing your doctors and whatever, you go there obviously to manage stress with massages, facials to look after skin, and then the dermatologist goes deeper where they give you so that's what I studied.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I was born and bred on the East Rand in Springs. Yeah. I am, I'm just thinking about how do I say this. On my mother's side, it's the two of us.
Okay.
2 girls. But with my dad, it's the 8 of us. So in total, 8 amazing siblings. I'm in the middle. On my father's side, firstborn on mother's side.
The two.
So I get the best of both worlds where I'm a middle child. At least I have a sister that I can cry to. Older sister, older brothers. Then on my mother's side, firstborn. I don't have kids. I'm an entrepreneur.
Okay.
I love writing. I think if you follow me and you read my captions are you can tell that this one is a writer.
Yes, yes.
I love writing. I love journaling. My friends tease me, but for sure, when you start opening your journal, they're like, oh, here's another long one. I love writing. I love communication. Whether it is with family, friends, social settings, work, and what I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's who I am. I mean, basically, I think as we go through the interview, then we'll know. Yes.
But I want to ask about you liking to write, right?
Yes.
I didn't see anything about being an author so far. Are you planning to write a book? Have you written any book?
I'm planning. I've been pressured. No, seriously. I think I'm on page 1. I'm planning, and I think I don't talk about it much.
Okay.
I'm the kind of person who, not that because I don't want to share, it's a secret.
Yes.
But I'm the kind of person who I mean, even with my business, my agency, a lot of people would say, why do you move like you don't run an agency? I'm trying to learn to embrace my gifts and find the balance in displaying, because I'm learning that also just hiding what God has given me is also a sin, you know? So even with the writing I started writing when I was very young. it was a gift I got from my grandmother.
Okay.
Where she cut an A4 book page into half because I was dealing with the trauma of my parents' divorce and I wasn't talking. I'd sit in my grandfather's study and just stare at the books in the ceiling. So then she cut the book and she said, write a letter to God. I think I was like 8 or 9 years old. So that's when my love for writing and journaling and outlet. That's why even with my videos, you'll see that I normally would write them before because I just love writing.
Oh, okay. No, I get you. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
So, talking about the videos, and this is how I discovered you, right?
Yes.
And what I liked about you is me and you, we're in the same WhatsApp group, I would like to say, because we like to speak life into people.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what you are doing with that Walk With Me series, which I love, right? And how you start, hold my hand, let me hold your hand, as you're about to take them into this. You get what I'm saying? So, and I like how you start. So I was like, man, this one is a darling. Come to the podcast. It doesn't take much to qualify for the podcast. If I hear you talk about God, guys, I'm a shark in the water. Don't talk about God on social media. I'm a shark in the water. Come to the show. You qualify already.
I'm glad I'm humbled.
So talk to me about that. What inspired this idea? Yes. Where did it come from?
Sure. So Walk With Me, the funny thing is I didn't even plan to call it Walk With Me, right?
Okay.
So when I have a conversation with my family or my friends and I'm sharing a concept with them and I'm trying to get their buy-in or to get them to align or to hear what I'm saying, I normally say, just walk with me on this one. So even people who've worked with me in the corporate space, they'll tell you that Tupabi, if she's doing a presentation or doing a business review, whatever, she said, let me walk you through this point. Until I realized, okay, then let me go back to the first day when I did the video. So for the longest time, I was in a space where I felt like the content that I was doing, I've got a big platform and I am not utilizing it to God's glory. Right?
Okay.
And I'd known for a couple of years that God was saying, look, I gave you these platforms, not just to influence and create content, but I need you to now transition,
Okay.
So it was really a bargaining thing for me. I was like, oh God, people are going to say I'm talking too much about Jesus. And it's like, but you love Jesus. Why are you ashamed?
Why are you ashamed?
I'm like, oh God, people are going to... And one day I just did a video and I said, walk with me. And then the community on TikTok, they're the ones who said, walk with me. They're the ones who made it like a walk with me thing. Because I wasn't aware that when I would share a video, I'd say, just take my hand and let's walk through this.
Yes.
And I realized, Uguti, people were finding safety in that. And then the Holy Spirit revealed, Uguti, there's a scripture in the Bible that says that can two walk together unless they agree. And then I was like, oh, so when I am walking with
that person,
we are agreeing. And I even often say that we don't have to agree in the beginning, but I know that at the end we'll agree, which is why at the end I always say, thank you for walking with me. Because it's really an honor to allow people, to get people to allow you to enter into their space or their frame of reference where you challenge their thoughts and their thinking, and you get them to see things in a different way. So it's really the community on social media that said hi. And they even tell me that if you don't say walk with me or take my hand, this video does not count.
You need to start over.
They
You haven't
me.
started yet. Yes. Yeah, man. So let me go to my next question, but I love that. Thank you so much about that. My sister, you know what? You know why we're here.
Yes.
Like I always say, Mna,
Yeah.
people always see the glory, but they don't know the story.
Hey, yeah.
I don't want to go back now to your resume and what, because it's a very long one.
Yeah.
But people only see that. You are a finished product. Sometimes they can misinterpret that by thinking it was overnight.
Yes.
Or you got lucky.
Yes.
Or you did something mischievous. Or utwele. We know these ones, right? Especially if you are a woman. Okay?
Yes.
So I want you, what I want you to do now is I want you to share with us what were your lowest moments in life? What kind of trials and tribulations that you had to go through building this profile, rich profile that you have?
Sure.
Because I know it wasn't overnight.
It wasn't.
I know it takes years.
As I was looking at your questions, preparing, and as I was coming here, I was praying, and I said, okay, God, and I was asking the Holy Spirit to just give me strength to share my story. Because I come from privilege.
Yes.
I come from privilege. I won't lie about that. I mean,
Yes.
in the sense that
Nothing
if
wrong
you
with
are
it,
black and you went to private institutions and you had this and you had that, you lived in a home where you had a peace and everything. But my life was also marred with trauma. And people find it difficult to believe and comprehend that.
Yes.
And I think that's the reason why you'll notice even on my platforms I don't share it, which is God said, now you have to share it.
This is the right platform.
This is the right platform.
you.
You have to, because like you said, people see the other side of the coin, but they don't see the other side of a coin. So I'm a survivor of grape.
Grape.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it grape because
Okay.
of the platform. Yeah,
Okay.
being essayed from toddler phase. Yeah, for about 6 years when I was young. Then when I was older, I had multiple instances where I was assaulted. I've experienced all forms of mistreatment. Yeah, I have to really be picky with the words. And
But you can say straight, Mos. Yeah, so that people understand. Because Nami was
so
like,
yeah,
grape.
I've been
What is that one?
sexually
Assaulted.
abused.
Yes,
so
yes,
from
no,
as
own it,
a
own it,
child,
own it, and let it go.
from the age of 4, I was sexually abused by a family member for 6 years, and then I was raped multiple times when I was older, and even by a family member.
Okay.
And I've survived all forms of abuse.
Okay.
But as that was happening, there's still that privilege element where you've got a nanny, you've got someone in the home, but your parents don't know. And my late mother, because of the kind of job she did, she traveled the world. So she didn't see a lot of things.
She was not always around.
Yes. And my parents divorced when I was around 9 years old.
Yeah.
So they were not.
While
it was
this thing
just
is
a lot.
happening. While this thing is happening.
Yeah, and all of this happened. I think the last incident was in 2017.
Yes, sister, this is now. This is like yesterday. Mos.
It is. So, and I often tell my community that one day you'll know, and today's the day, as to why I share the kind of videos that I share and as to why you feel that I relate to you. It's because I understand. I know what it feels like to go to bed hungry, not because there is no food, but maybe you're living with a family member who is mistreating you. I know what it feels to be in a home where you're supposed to be safe and that family member sexually assaults you as a child. So those are the things that I've been through, and I have to share that backstory because I remember when I was then raped in 2011, I was then first diagnosed with depression.
This is 2011.
2011. Yeah, this is when now I was, this is like everything has happened since I was a child. There was a gap, then it happened again.
This is now, how old are you now?
You
started around 4 years old.
Yes,
Now,
I'm in my
2011.
20s.
You are in your...
And I think I was very angry and I lost my mind. I remember one day breaking everything in my apartment. I had a psychotic episode.
Yeah.
Because I think I was so angry at God and I said, you let it happen to me again. And when I was a child, I did not have the language. Now I'm an adult. Now I'm in my, when you're a child, as a child, for those who've experienced it, there's a confusion, there's the shame, there's the pain, there's the fear.
Yes.
Because the perpetrator is saying, if you tell anyone,
I'll kill you or whatever. They will threaten you.
Yes,
they will just
they'll
threaten your life.
Yes.
Yes. They will scare you.
So now you're older and you feel like you can protect yourself and you feel like I could not protect myself. Why did you let this happen? So I had a psychotic episode and then you go through tests to check if you've got HIV, whatever. And the person tormented me. And then even when I wanted to lay a charge, I was told by the system that you can, but we have a backlog and you'd have to be angry for about 7 years.
So this is not urgent to them.
No.
This is just a norm. Hence, they have a backlog. It's just okay, another case.
Yes, and this is happening when I'm in Nelspruit. It's like my first job after varsity. So my mother realizes that there's something off because home is in Joburg. Then she hears of these things, and I'm in hospital for ulcers. I keep going to hospital. And my father and my mother are like, something is off here. Then my mother calls me. I remember one time, she says to me, "Ngicela ubuye ekhaya ngoba le nto yakhe iyangilimaza." And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, you're not okay. And I'd rather you be here so that I can see. I think when I got home, my mother cried because I'd lost so much weight. And then I was home. It took me about a year to tell her what happened. And then I told her about what happened to me as a child.
Before you continue, I wanted to ask this thing, but I didn't want to disturb.
Yeah, please, no, it's fine.
Is this the same person? That person who was molesting you at
It's a different person.
These are different people now. Because I'm thinking that, okay, he went away and then now he's back.
It's a different person. So the first instance is
Both
a family
family members?
member. No, the other one is not a family member.
The second one, because you are older and I'm thinking maybe it's a boyfriend. It's a... It's not a boyfriend.
No.
Okay, number one is family member. Number two is what? Not need to say names or anything. Number two is what?
It's someone that I knew from church, and I told
Yo,
my late
I can
spiritual
go.
father about it.
Hey, I can go, my daughter.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, please continue.
No,
Now
it's okay.
you've
No
told
need
your
to
mother. No, I just wanted to
apologize.
understand
Yes.
who and who.
Yes.
Now you're telling your mother after 1 year. Yes.
Now I tell Uma, and then I say, I also have something else to tell you. And I tell her that so-and-so used to molest me one day. And I told her that, remember this one time when he came to visit and he was supposed to sleep in the guest bedroom. He slept in my bedroom, and then I woke up naked and I was in pain. My mother cried. But the cry was, it looked like she was not just crying for me, but she was crying for herself. And then she said,
Feeling bad.
not even feeling bad. She said, I experienced the same thing with a
We are
family member.
talking
Yes.
with a member.
Yes.
Family member again.
From around the same age. So, and then she says to me, we need to do something. And I said, I don't, because I was very depressed. I mean, I was very depressed. That instance made me lose my job. I was just so sickly. And I didn't tell my father. I think my father just learned about a lot of things later on. And I don't want to cry because when I told him, his eyes had that thing of, I failed. You know?
As a parent,
Yeah.
really, you're going to feel that.
And I'm like,
Sorry, no, you're
and
fine
he
now.
wanted
No,
to
you're
be
fine.
angry about it. Yeah, I'm just crying about, I can never forget the look. You know, when your father gives you that.
Yes. And why didn't you tell me earlier, maybe?
Yeah,
Also,
and I remember he drove all the way from Limpopo.
Shame.
He was like, we need to talk. Because I think I posted on Twitter. I was still on Twitter. And he said to me, someone sent me a screenshot. What is this? Because now I was talking about how I experienced X, Y, and Z and everything, but I wasn't detailing the story. So Obaba is like, you know.
Out with it.
Yeah, so I told him. And he said to me, what do you want to do? And I said, I feel like I've been doing a lot of work to heal and get to a better space. I'm not in the mood to get angry about it. And he said, whenever you want to, I'm here. Singaisusa noma inini na. You know, I will support you. But I think that's why I'm crying, because when you see your own father feel like, I failed.
I'm with you.
You know, so I go through all of these things, and then I get diagnosed with the depression in 2011. I just go for therapy. I don't do much. The illness is compounding. All the trauma is compounding. 2018, I have a traumatic experience, and I end up I had attempted suicide multiple times. Unaliving multiple times. 2018 was the worst one that landed me in ICU. And my cousin, we're very close. I always post her on social media. Our fathers were brothers, so we call each other roommates. And our mothers, when they were abomakoti, they were friends. So we're very close. She had a feeling, Yoguti man, there's something off. Because you know, when you don't deal with your mental health challenges and your traumas, it comes to the surface. So everything is compounding. I've got this amazing job with a multinational corporation. I've moved back to the side of Santon. Everything is great. New apartment. I'm in a relationship. Everything is this glitch. I call my father. I say to him the day before, I'm like, I'm struggling again. So I think my father, because he worked in the medical and the wellness space and mental health space, he could understand.
That helped.
Yes, with my mom, she understood, but I think she felt like it was just beyond her, you know? And I give both of them grace because they were showing up the best way in which they know how.
Yes.
You know? Ubaba, I call him. I say, I'm done. He says, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm struggling. He says, no, I'm coming. I'm like, okay, fine. He does not know that throughout the day, I'd contacted a friend who's a psychiatrist, contacted my psychologist. I said, I need a session. I even told my manager then that I'm not okay. I need to, I'm not okay mentally. But the three don't know that, except for my psychiatrist. She even said to me, please lock the pills away. Because now I'm already on treatment. I started in secret. No one knows. Now my father finds out then. I'm busy overdosing throughout the day. Overdosing. He comes, he says to me, I'm about to I'm on-ramping onto William Nicole. And I say, it's fine, Jiga, I'm fine. He says to me, no, I'm coming. I'm just 10 minutes away. I'm like, I'm fine. He goes back. He turns back. And I keep overdosing. I've packed my things. I've opened up my will. I've written down the password, my funeral program. I've cleaned, because people know me. They say that I'm very pedantic. I've made sure that everything is neat and tidy. And I'm like, oh, what would be my last meal? I'm like, I love, you guys call it umpokoqo. I love it so much. It's my favorite. Yeah. Actually. So I'm like, I'll have that. I eat that. And then after eating that, I sleep. I wake up in the morning. I call the guy I was dating then. And then he says to me, I'm almost at work. Let me call you when I get to work. He does not know that I wanted to say goodbye to him. Does not know that I was saying thank you so much. He does not know Wutsi I was that I was actually trying to say goodbye. I then take more than 10 sleeping pills and others pills, anxiety meds. In the morning now.
Does Obey know about this?
He knew.
He knew about that
I was, and he was very supportive. He was trying his best.
At least.
No, he was trying his best. So he was like, no, because he was late. He was like, no, I'll call you and everything. I take the last ones. Don't remember what happened. The story is that my cousin says that she had a bad feeling because she wasn't seeing me on social media. She saw messages in the group. Apparently, I was in the state of hallucinating then. And then she called the estate manager where I was staying. They opened the door and indeed they found me on the floor. And then my cousin was at the gym. She said that when she got there, the paramedics had covered me. They're like, she's not responsive. And then she says that she then left and she got into the parking lot and fell, like collapsed, not really faint, but wow, it's like, I need to tell her parents, what am I going to say? And then she's like, guys, please try. Then eventually they do again. And then by God's grace,
you were not responding.
Yeah, I wasn't. They covered me. They're like, we can't.
Oh, boy, you covered you, put you in the black bag, basically, like in the movies.
We're gonna think, yes. They were saying they covered me. They're
gonna announce you dead now.
Yes, she's not responding. So then I'm grateful to her. Then I respond. She goes back upstairs. Balone, respond. Then I just wake up in ICU and I'm angry. So I'm sharing the story to share that those are just some of the things that I've been through. Now then, after that, I then see a psychiatrist. And I remember sitting in her office and she shed a tear. She's like, it's unprofessional of me to do this, but I don't know how with everything. And we're still at age 9. Because when you go to a psychiatrist, they start the story from when you were born, everything. She's like, ma'am, you're 30. And we're not even. She's like, I don't know how. How? And then I didn't know. And then obviously I get diagnosed and I've been told it was PTSD, compounded into depression then, like 2011. Then it became bipolar. Then it was temporal lobe epilepsy now. Temporal lobe epilepsy mimics bipolar. It's up when your emotional part of the brain has been scarred, damaged. And then it acts like bipolar, but then it can be accompanied with seizures, with migraines, because I was struggling with migraines, headaches, and all of that. So I'm grateful for her. My psychiatrist, then I was seeing a neurologist. And I think that's when I then said, okay, let me take my power back.
And
From
how are
2019.
And how are you doing this?
How I'm doing this is making sure that I eat well. I surround myself with the right people. I surround myself in safe spaces. I go for therapy. I really go for therapy. As much as I advocate it, guys, I do go for therapy. It's so important to process the pain. It's so, even if you can't go to like a professional, go to someone who's a certified counselor so that you can process the pain, the emotions, and all of that. A good listener.
Yes.
I do things that I love. I no longer spend my time doing things that don't fulfill the purpose that God has instilled within me. And a lot of people say that, okay, now you are better. I do have my days, but I'd like to say it's because I have God on my side. Because for the longest time, I asked him, I'd be angry, especially when my mother then passed away 3 years ago. I said, what did I ever do to you? Like, when will you ever give me a break? What do you want from me?
Yes.
And God said, the mantle that you carry requires you to relate. Because you can't relate to, because I believe that I have the gift of healing and teaching. I can't relate to people if I don't understand. And I'm not saying that God, he's not saying that I let you go through it.
Yes,
He's not. He is saying that I don't waste pain. I don't waste what the enemy. Yes,
10 out of 10.
I don't.
Yes, 10 out
I
of 10.
don't waste what the enemy meant for harm. So God said it's because of sin. It's the enemy, and it's not going to be wasted. And that's the reason why I had to start I had to start moving differently on social media. That's the reason why I had to start sharing the things that I share, because one thing I know for sure is I know God for myself.
And you're speaking from experience.
I'm speaking from experience. So when I tell people about unhealthy relationships, the reason why you now understand why I'm an advocate of healthy families, it's because of what I've experienced. Safety for kids, because that's what creates society. You know, a lot of times we are so quick to say society, but we forget society is made up of families.
Families.
It's people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo, I can't even speak. Wow, my sister. I'm speechless after that. But thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for sharing your story. A lot of people, man, they are ashamed, of sharing. They just want to talk about the good things that are happening in their lives, right? So, but they don't understand, Bangabana. The gems are in there before more than the after. That's where the lessons lie. You understand? And this is why we are here.
Absolutely.
You mentioned purpose.
Yes.
So I want to quickly jump on the purpose. Here I'm saying God brought us in this world for a purpose, which I mentioned in the beginning of the episode, and gave us gifts in order to fulfill that purpose. Most people don't discover their purpose or find their calling. Why are people afraid or not willing to explore these gifts? What's the meaning? What's the importance of following your dreams?
I love that question.
Yes.
And I'm going to first speak to the audience.
Okay.
The reason why you need to follow your dreams is because most of the times your dreams are actually hinged on someone else breaking a generational pattern or a curse in the family. For example, if I did not choose to share the videos that I share around Walk With Me, someone is probably stuck in a cycle at home where there is poverty, or where there is abuse, where there is sexual abuse. So sharing the story is important. And I often say that me running my marketing agency, me doing what I do, it's not really about me. Your liberation is not just your liberation. Your liberation is also to liberate others. And we see this when Jesus came.
He was a servant.
Yes, because people think that their gifts are about them. It's not about you.
Ne?
It's not. Because you having this
start feeling
podcast.
yourself.
Yes, you having this podcast, you've given me a platform. And it's ripple effect. And remember that God does not work in division, he works in multiplication.
Nazo.
So when you have a dream, we often think that, okay, I need to achieve this because this is where I'm going, this one. No.
It's not about you.
You're going to open that agency, that business. You're going to employ someone and they're going to break a cycle of poverty. They'll probably take their sister to school. They'll have the first graduate in the family. When you start an NPO where you give people bursaries, you understand. So that is the God we serve. We serve a God of multiplication. He works through people and he wants us to be a bridge. So when you don't understand your purpose, you are in misalignment with your creator because everyone is here to be an extension of who God is. And I often say that God is not insecure about us being like him. And I think that's the reason why there are people who may say that they don't believe him because they paint him as an insecure God. God is not insecure. That's the reason why he even allows us to go through the trials and the tribulations and the purification because we need to be like him.
Sure.
Yeah.
He cannot be insecure, my sister, when he created this planet and said, okay, after I've created the planet, now I want someone who's going to go there and manage it
Yes.
on my behalf.
Exactly.
Otherwise, he would have done everything by himself. So how can he be insecure? You understand?
Exactly.
So which is the whole purpose about this vision, discovering your purpose and your gift. This is why it's so important.
It is.
Thank you for those beautiful words, my sister. Now, my next question for you is, God says, sow your seed in the morning and don't let your hands idle in the evening.
Oh, yes.
Because you don't know which one will prosper or succeed, whether this one or that one, or both equally. Can I explain that? Meaning, I'm going to give it to you. Meaning, service your job with your skill, that's your career, in the morning. But release that gift. Release that gift after hours. Don't watch Generations and Netflix and chill every day. I'm not saying work on a gift every day, but majority of the time, you should lock in, man, on your gift, right? And that's why I'm saying most of us, we stay glued to the TV and social media, browsing there, instead of working on this idea. What's your take on that?
I couldn't agree more. I run a marketing agency.
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
called Euphony Brands.
Okay.
And obviously I'm clocking in from the morning and I'm an early bird, very early in the morning, then I work. But after hours as well, when I'm a very intentional person.
Okay.
If I am doing something, there's a reason. If I'm posting something or posting in a certain way, if you know me, chances are 2 days down, you're going to see there's a reason. I'm very intentional. So even when I'm on TikTok, I'll be scrolling. Either I'm decompressing because I need to laugh and, or I am learning. I'm looking at my industry peers. What are they doing? Those who are running marketing agencies. What's happening in the world of branding? What campaigns went well? What's going on? What can I learn? What are the teachings? So I like what you say. During the day, I've sown my seed.
Yes.
At night, I'm doing the work,
Yes.
And another way to also do the work is to also disconnect and to rest. Rest is very productive. I'm an advocate for resting. If you can rest. Because you need to rest in order to work.
Yes, to reboot the system, right? My sister, here's my next question for you.
Yes.
I'm going to skip now because it was on my mind. For a person, you're a strong woman. You're a conqueror. So, for a person who's been through what you shared earlier on, I'm sure now, moving forward, you're going to be careful about the people who surround you. Correct?
Absolutely.
So recently, I saw you posting about having a new friend who's Wimbata. Did I say it
Yes,
correctly?
yeah.
The attorney lady. The one we see, she's sharing scary clips about side chicks and what. Hey, I'm sure that one is becoming viral. Ne? Sharp. So, and in your caption, man, you were so grateful to have met with her, her being your new friend and whatnot and whatnot. So
Yes.
my question to you is, how important is it to surround yourself with the right people around you? People who fit in into your life. How important is that?
It is so important to surround yourself with people who not only fit into your life, but people who see you. Because then when you don't see yourself, they can see you. I think that the reason why a lot of people will complain about their circle of friends or the people that they have is because it's not easy to be with people who see you. I mean, when we had dinner, she was calling me up or calling me out
On
something because she sees me. People would rather have, and I shared a video recently where people would rather have aesthetic friends or aesthetic networks and stuff. It's important to have people who see you because Christ is like that. God is like that. When you're pretending, when you're doing a facade, you need that kind of friend who is, like I have a friend of mine, Musidi as well, who'll be like, friend, what's going on? You know? And then you'll also be like, okay, you know? The safety in that is because even when you mess up, you know that you can pick up the phone and call them. Or if you need help, or if you feel like you broke and the payment is late and you need this, then you can have that safety. So a lot of people, you won't be judged. So it's difficult for a person who sees you to judge you because they know your heart. They know who you are. Yeah.
Sure. Oh, thank you for that, man. And then I'm going to go back to the mental health issue. Which is a serious issue nowadays.
Yes,
and you've been through the most, right? But I'm going to say, God says again, come to me, all you are weary and burdened, and then I'll give you rest.
Amen.
It's good to go to the psychiatrist and the professionals. There's nothing wrong with that. You can go there, right? But I want to encourage people, man, because the greatest healer, it's him. That's the greatest healer. So what do you have to say about that?
What I have to say is that I think there's room for all of those things to exist. Because I've been blessed to have a psychologist who made me, a third person who made me understand that there can't be mental health without spirituality because then it becomes bondage. And I think there are people who just go to therapy because they think that therapy is about the next person. Therapy is for you. Therapy is not to change your partner, change your boss, change your mother or your father or your siblings. It's for you. It helps you to frame things. And the reason why I'm saying that there's room for all of these things to exist is because I think that the reason why we have psychiatrists and psychologists is because Christians have lost empathy. We would never have a need for these things were we empathetic like Christ. And I often say that if you study the 12 disciples properly, you'll see their traumas. You'll even see that some of them even represent the lingo and the language that we use nowadays, and you'll understand why Jesus chose them particularly. I mean, even Moses, I often laugh and I say to God, I'm like, yo, Moses, you made him go through the most because he had an identity crisis. He had anger issues. He had abandonment issues. So we see these things through scripture. So I often say to people, pray about it and ask God to lead you to the people who are going to heal you. I'm blessed. I had an amazing neurologist, psychiatrist. I have an amazing psychiatrist, psychologist, one who really encourages me to see the intersection between Christ and healing. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is because I think that the danger is that sometimes if we separate all of these things and we go just to therapy and we don't go to the psychiatrist, or we just go to church and we pray and we don't, you need all of these things.
All in one.
It's holistic.
It's holistic.
And that's what has helped me.
Actually, yes. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
I wanted to add something.
Yeah.
Advancing the kingdom of God doesn't mean we're going to be doing the same thing. You are in a different space, I'm in my different space.
Absolutely.
Advancing the kingdom of God, it's about you being in that space, in that field, in that career, right? Yeah. Being an expert on that subject matter. But you mustn't separate it from the spirituality, like you are saying. It must be a kingdom merged with this thing, so that when you give advices if you're a therapist. It's coming from a kingdom advice.
Perspective.
Now you are matching it with what you learned at school. So it's not just the book. You understand? So it has to be meshed, everything that you are doing, right? So I wanted to add that.
I like that.
Now I want to switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
They tell us, men, that he who finds a wife finds a great thing and finds and receives favor from the Lord.
Yes.
But I want to add to that also, my sister, because it's not just about us. Remember now, you guys, the women, also have a responsibility to choose what kind of a partner are you going to allow to lead. Talk to me about that. So it's not just about us picking you and then you are this suitable helper the Bible talks about. No, but you still need to choose now. Anele, is he the rightful leader? How do you choose your partner? That's what I want to ask.
I think my first thing is, does he submit to God? Where are his headquarters?
So first requirement, say it again.
Does he submit to God? Where is his headquarters? As in, where does he go in? Which boardroom does he sit in? Where he is advised, counseled, disciplined, aligned? Because a lot of people often say, oh gosh, she's so pretty. Why are you single? And I'm like, guys, marriage is about holiness. Marriage is about two people becoming one, so that whatever God has put in this one and the other one, it can multiply. And that's why people end up in marriages where they feel drained and depleted, because people are misaligned. They are unequally yoked. Laying inkomo iyasindwa because it has to now carry for this one. Obviously, you're going to be drained and burnt out. So the responsibility for us as women is, before you can even say yes to that man, do you know who you are in Christ? Do you know what your purpose is? What is your mandate?
Now as a woman.
Yes, as a woman. Yes. Yes, because even the way God structured us biologically, men and women, the man will bring the seed, the woman will multiply it. Same with the vision, and vice versa, being a helpmeet, helping each other. Are you just settling for a man because you need to get to the altar? Because a lot of people worry about the wedding. They don't think about the marriage.
Or what will be lefitwa.
Because I get that. And I mean, I get that from some family members, like, oh my gosh, time is running out. And I'm like, hey, guys.
Where are the kids?
I work on God's timeline because I became very clear, and I've been single for a very long time for this specific purpose, because I became very clear as to who I am. And I can't spend my time anymore, because I used to, in relationships with men who don't know who they are. And I often ask, do you know who you are? What's your mandate? What's your kingdom mission? What are you bringing? Because men will say, what are you bringing to the table? I'm like, no, sir. You must tell me, this is what I have, multiply it.
Where are we going?
Yes. You know? And then if you must even ask me, what do you want to do, so that I can be the one who helps you to fulfill that. It's a, you know, so I think that's why a lot of marriages, and my grandmother said this because they were married, my grandparents, my mother's side, were married for over 50 years. And I remember Okoko telling me the last couple of months before Shonuguti, it's very important to understand that marriage is about alignment.
Yes.
It's about multiplying God's heaven, a mini heaven on earth. And you can't do that if you're going to just be with any Tom, Dick, and Harry because you want a ring on your finger.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. My follow-up question to that. Let me read it because it's quite a long one.
Wow.
Nowadays, women are afforded the same job opportunities and can start businesses to make money. Just like you, right? Yeah. Which is just like men, which is they're talking about you. That's what I meant. Which was not the case before.
Yeah.
Right? While this is a good thing as it promotes women's empowerment, we cannot deny that in some households, it can cause issues of power struggle, right? So now, if a wife earns more money than a husband, does this qualify her to be the head or leader of the family? And what about the notion that his money is ours? Her money is hers alone. So there's two. It's a double question. Let's start first with, now we are married, me and you. You are making maybe double, let's say double or triple what I'm making. Does this qualify you to be the lead of the family?
No, it doesn't. Let me tell you why, though, and I think I'll go back to the
Why not? You are
beginning.
earning more.
No,
You guys have reduced us to just being providers most. So you are earning more. That means you
but
are a
I don't
leader.
think. But I don't think it's women. You know what the issue is.
Okay, tell me, Mrs.
Men have been socialized to believe that they are only worth something if they are providing. That's the reason why most men will not work on their mental health. They won't go to the gym. They won't eat well. Because they believe that it's fine if I'm in the club, I look unhealthy and I've got 100K and I buy Ace of Spades. Guys, don't drag me.
Hey, no. Teta now.
Then that's enough. Because society socializes men to be providers. That's why I say that's not the woman's fault. Because then men lead with that. Men will ask you out because, like, if you're in a restaurant, a man will put the key of a Porsche on the table because they've been socialized to say, this is how I need to get her. And I often say to people, like, for me, I'm a sapiosexual. I get stimulated mentally. You can drive the biggest car and be the biggest exec, whatever the group CEO of the biggest big thingy in the country. But if we don't click. Spiritually, intellectually, it's just the put off. But then in the same breath, on the other side, then women are also socialized that those are the only men you need to allow to pick you. You know? So going back to that, if I am earning more and he is not earning,
Yes.
before we got married, we went to marital counseling, right?
Yes.
And in marital counseling, I remember my late spiritual father and family friend used to say that you need to have a plan. What is your 5-year plan? Write it down. What happens if the job that you have,
Yes.
where you're earning the 700K per month and she's
Yes.
earning 60K and you lose it and then she has to supplement the income?
Yes.
When are you going to have kids? So the issues come in when we don't have the plan. Because then we enter into marriages where we haven't done the therapy, where we have to see the pastor, counseling pastor, see the therapist as well. Because you also need to identify what are your triggers. Maybe your partner is great in a relationship, but he grew up in a home where his father left and he had to be the provider. And then you get married and then you become the provider and then he doesn't tell you, you don't know this. And then now there's clashing. And you thinking I'm helping, and then, or maybe you as a woman, you are raised by a single mother. You get into the marriage and you feel like, I'm going to do this. This is my money. Give me your money. You know? So I think that's why we have those, I call them fleshly issues. Because if you understand things in the spirit, that if I'm in this, if we are in this marriage and we have decided that this is what we want to achieve, and should there come a point where I am earning more, I need to be said we are one. Are we not building a legacy for our children? Are we not building a heritage for our children? Because who's to say that the tables will not turn? So I really believe that you can be multifaceted. A lot of people are often shocked by me when they experience me in my home or in a family setting, because it's like, this is a boss babe. But then at home, I want to give you water to wash your hands, because, and it doesn't take anything away from me.
You're wearing a
in fact,
different
I
hat.
love serving. I love it.
You must leave it
Because I
at
come
the
from,
gate.
yes, I come from a family where I've got my aunts who are CEOs who are running their own businesses. But when they get home, they can go down on the knees and give, because it doesn't take anything. And they also in relationships or married to men who also see them, who understand. So I think we need to just be careful of reducing, making things big things which are not big things. And the last point I wanted to say, there was a time when my grandparents, my grandmother had to run the ship because my grandfather wanted to fulfill his dream of being an attorney and have his law practice. So you understand? So my thing is, let's not have the ego as women and as men as well. And as a man, learn to use your words. If you feel like you are intimidated by have a conversation, you'll find that you're not really intimidated by the paycheck. It's maybe your frame of reference. Something happened. Someone told you that you are worth if you have. If you do not, then she's going to run you or rule you, which is not the case.
Sure. The last question on the money. Umna, I always say it. And I need to correct myself now. I always say I want to be rich. You know why I always I want to be rich? It's because I'm just trying to hammer this idea of there's nothing wrong with being rich. First of all,
Oh, yes,
I always
yes,
say
absolutely.
that. Now I want to upgrade it. My statement. I want to upgrade my statement. Awa. I'm saying I want to be rich. I'm already wealthy. Actually,
Yeah.
I'll explain. I'm gonna stop saying I want to be rich. I am learning. I'm growing into
Let
this
me walk with
kingdom
you.
thing. Yes, I'm growing to this kingdom thing. Someone explained this thing to me, which is Dr. Miles Monroe. That's my mentor.
I love him so much.
Much as he has passed on,
Yeah, I love him.
but I listen to his sermons.
Yes.
The reason I'm saying I'm wealthy is because I'm connected to a wealthy father.
Yes, the source.
I don't need to see the zeros in the bank account. It will be nice to see them. God, I don't mind. Ne? But I'm changing my tune now, saying I want to be rich. No, I'm already wealthy because I've got access
To the Father.
to what he has. I work in Saudi. I earn a good salary, a great salary. I've got 4 kids. Those kids, whatever I have, it's theirs, mostly.
Absolutely.
Am I making sense?
You are, yes, you're right.
So if
Because
I'm
you're
his
connected,
child,
you're the father.
so if
Yes,
I'm God's
absolutely.
child,
Absolutely.
so meaning what he has, he's willing to share with me.
Absolutely.
So that's why he says, I'm going to give you your daily bread, mtanami. So I don't
Yes.
need to see the zeros. I've changed my tune. You get what I'm saying?
I get
and,
you, I
and what
hear
was my
you.
question? My question was now, with that being said, can you be wealthy or rich, whatever you want to call it, and still serve God?
Absolutely.
Because uThixo, he said in himself, competition yami is not the devil, it's the money. The money has become God, the love of it.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with having it,
Yeah.
the love of it.
Yeah.
So can I be this wealthy Anel and still serve God? Is that thing possible?
You can, because in Deuteronomy, I think it's 8 verse 18, correct me if I'm wrong, it says that it is God who gives us the power to create and generate wealth. And I think the reason why people feel like it's wrong to have wealth and you cannot serve God is because of excess. The problem excess is in like having a lot.
What the excess that money
Like as in
gives
having
you?
too much money, not abundance, but having like 4 Porsches that are the same color. Having like, I had to think about that.
Oh my goodness! I told you,
But
Porsche. I need money for Porsche. Maybe you have that T-shirt.
Because I'm listening. I was listening to what you were saying. Remember the story of the widow, where Elijah goes to the widow and she has enough for every day. Like there would be bread every day. And look at the children. Actually, the best one is the children wandering in the wilderness with manna. For me, I believe that is God teaching us about having. God does not have a problem with you living in the most expensive estate in the country, having a car and having what you need. The problem is we have become so materialistic. There is the overconsumption of materialistic possessions, which shows it's an indication that we worship God. It doesn't make sense to have 200 branded bags.
Yeah,
Do you
I'm
get
with you.
me?
I'm with you.
It doesn't
Yes.
make sense to have 4 different the same brand, whereas it's you, your wife, and then maybe you can have a family car.
Yes.
So I believe in having wealth. And for me, wealth is not lacking. And I often pray and I say to God, God, may I live the life where I am a steward of what you've given me to a point where I don't worry about what is left in the bank account. So being a steward is I'm looking after it, making sure that, okay, I can pay this, and pay
Yes.
that. I can give as well back
Yes.
to church, and I can also give to the community, and my family
Yes.
is okay. So that I don't think about, oh my gosh, I've now got this amount of zeros. And then you get anxious, you get that anxiety of, am I going to be okay? For me, that is what wealth is. Wealth is saying that I'd like to travel every quarter. But the problem is then when we become addicted to consuming. And most of the times when we're like that, it's because we want validation, external validation. We want people to say, oh, you're so blessed. Like every 6 months you're in a different apartment. Every 6 months it's a different car. But we know that that's not the truth. That's why the love of money is really the root of evil, because then people will go to the biggest extents and means to just have that thing. not even for themselves, but just for people to say, "Good hi, we pause." I mean, think about it. In the township back in the days, someone would be living in the burbs, the dual, and then they just go to Ekasi to have the guys boost their ego to say, "Taban bani, tingwashali moto." But I'm thinking the best thing to do is when you go to the township, you could be sitting with these gents and saying, "This is how I did it. Let's do this. Let's start this. How do we get out of debt? How do I get more of you guys living the life?" For me, that's wealth. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you for that, man. And we are running out of time.
Yeah,
I want to squeeze in two last questions. After it's going to be unfair if I don't ask you this question.
Okay.
After everything you've been through and that has gotten you to this point, what are you proud of so far?
Sure. I'm proud of my resilience.
Yes, ma'am. You are
Proud
right
of my
about
resilience. I'm proud of my brilliance. Yeah. I owned this the other day in therapy. And my therapist was like, not taken aback in a bad way. She was like, wow. And I said, I'm brilliant. If anyone can go through what I have been through and still believe in God and still love human beings and still show up and care, I mean, that's what I'm proud of. All the other things are byproducts. I mean, having an office
And I'm
space,
so
having a
proud of you.
team.
When I say it's just a game on the show.
So yeah, that's what I'm proud of.
This is who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
Talking about, right? One more question. Last one. Any words of encouragement to someone who hasn't gotten their breakthrough just yet and they're about to give up? And we know most of the people, they give up when the breakthrough is around the corner.
Yeah.
So anyways, can you tell them just to hang on, just to hold on? What can you tell them?
Hold on to God, number one. Keep the faith. You are almost there. You are almost there. And when you hold on to God, He will show you the people who will be your support system to keep you going. You're almost there.
Thank you, sister. Thank you so much. We've come to the end of our show. We've run out of time. I'm pushing it, actually. Thank you so much for coming to our show and sharing all these gems. And hopefully, guys, there's a lot that I've learned, right? And I'm hoping that you guys have learned a lot, right? So without me saying a lot, I want to say this before I go. Guys, if you want to share your story and you have an inspirational story that you'd like to share with the world and empower the world, right? Someone out there, and glorify God with your story, feel free to reach out to us and we'll make it happen. And with that being said, it's time for us to go now, right? From nothing to something, guys. Let's get it.